You know, it's worse than your house getting broken into and somebody being inside.
Yeah, what?
The hell of a holiday we had.
What happened?
That's a great movie title. Hell of a holiday.
Good job, Mariah.
Matt's already writing it.
Yeah, it was an absolute disaster from start to finish.
This is starting from when we finished the podcast and you had to leave, right?
Yeah.
No, it started with the podcast.
Yeah.
That was a disaster on its own.
Yeah.
God.
So we did the podcast. We left, head to the airport. We get there. Everything's good on time.
Where are you flying to?
We're going to Cancun.
Oh, okay.
So
They're having a weekend.
we were excited. We're like, you know what? Let's start the New Year's off right. Let's treat ourselves. Let's enjoy the holiday. We go to the airport. We're going to go get checked in. And we go to print our boarding pass and it's not printing. So we're like, this is weird. So I go to ask somebody and they're like, oh no, you got to get into that line over there. And it was like guest services. And the line was like 50 people deep. I'm like, well, I don't have time for this. I just want to print my boarding pass because we have our carry-on bags. We were like,
why can't you just show like the ticket on your phone?
It wouldn't let me like check in on my phone.
Weird.
Oh,
So I was like,
before this, parking.
oh God.
We went to park, right? And the spot next to us has this little sign that says no parking January 4th. And we were supposed to come back January 4th.
Yeah.
Okay?
So we'll
sign,
come back to this.
the sign was just in front of this one spot. So I was like, does it mean the whole row or just that one spot that's so random? I said, doesn't matter. We're coming back the 4th anyway. We're going to be leaving.
Yeah.
So then we get checked in.
And then
Remember that.
okay.
So we go.
Can I make a guess? What?
We specifically didn't bring a check bag because we know it's a nightmare if you're traveling outside of the country.
Oh yeah, no
So,
check bag. especially
Carry on
holidays.
only. We get there, go over to the guest service area. We start waiting. I'm like, I can't do this. So I go over to talk to somebody. I'm like, hey, I don't have a check bag. I don't need to deal with that. I just need my boarding pass so I can get on. They're like, oh, here. Let's see what's going on.
We got there an hour and a half before our flight.
Yeah.
Because it's international, right? So you get there a little early.
And if you have normally if you have a checked bag, you have to check it in an hour before your flight.
Yeah.
And we didn't have checked bags, but we were still there early.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
to make sure.
Exactly. So we're waiting and waiting, going through this. Then the other person we start talking to, and they go, oh, you have to check your bag. And I was like, but it's a carry-on. They're like, no, you have to check your bag. You can't do a carry-on. And I was like, why can't I do a carry-on?
Wait, what airline is this?
United. So they're like, you can't.
Call them out.
So they're like, you can't do a carry-on. I was like,
United
well,
we
can I
fall.
pay for a carry-on? Can I pay for something? Can I pay for a check bag, but still just?
Can
Right.
we upgrade?
I was like, we
Yeah.
gotta go though. Like now time's getting cut and close because we're waiting. And they were like, oh no, you can't do anything. You got to go to guest services if you want to like change anything. I'm
Did
like,
he say it just like that with a smile?
yeah, they were fucking annoying. So
They were on a high.
they
This
knew
is-
how long this fucking line was
Yeah.
too. And I was like, well, now it's getting to the point where I was like, I need to start rushing. And they're like, well, you need to do a check bag. And honestly, right now is the cutoff. So you can't check your bag.
They were
And-
making things up. She told us that the gate closes
yeah.
an hour before the flight. I
So-
said that is
So
not true.
all of a sudden she hops on a call. She's like, yeah, no, it's just a carry on.
Nobody's on the other end.
Yeah. So then she goes, okay, yeah.
I'll
No,
tell
you're
him.
gonna have to book a flight for the
See,
morning.
Oh,
This-
what motherfucker.
This is the type of stuff that's going to make you an airport dad. Like after you have
Going
these
crazy
These,
with-
these are the reasons why dads are like we need to get to the airport early.
4
Trust me,
hours early.
Like this.
This will never happen again.
I know, but don't ever push it though. Still, if you got there an hour before, you probably everything would have been fine.
I was an hour and a half.
He was
early.
an hour and a half early.
I know. Still, for international flights, they recommend
3 hours.
Sure, they do.
So-
Like, they do. I
Anyways,
mean,
but it was a carry-on bag, irregardless.
and it's irregardless.
So they're like, you got to book a flight for tomorrow morning. There's nothing we can do. And I was like, great. So we walk outside. I'm having a fucking temper tantrum. I'm losing my shit because we have stuff planned for this entire trip. Our hotel's already booked.
We have people
a
waiting
boat
on us.
trip for that next morning. And I was like, we have to be there. So
The thing
I'm
is,
like,
our friends that went, they had all these activities planned, and they chose them because everyone was going to pitch in.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm like, we're missing the activities. Like, I feel so bad because we were supposed to pitch
missing
in.
everything.
Yeah.
So
making it more expensive
so-
for them because like
Yeah.
So now-
so we're both having anxiety.
Yeah.
So now there's 45 minutes until our flight takes off. And I'm like, fuck this. I'm not taking no for an answer. I'm going to go back in
There
there.
you go.
I was like, babe, I got this. So I walked back in and I was like, I need to talk to somebody else. And then
Oh, you pulled. Is that the first time you've ever pulled a Karen?
can I speak to a manager? So somebody else
I
comes
would
over.
too, though, in that moment.
This guy's talking to me. He's like, I was like, I understand that I need to check my carry-on bag. I don't really understand. I'm willing to do whatever I can to just make this flight. Like, I need to make this flight. And he goes,
We were in economy.
yeah.
So we asked,
I was like,
could we upgrade?
I'll buy a
Could we do
first
this?
class flight. I was like,
No.
I'll pay whatever upcharge. I was like, I just need to make this flight. And he goes,
It wasn't even a packed flight. They were just like,
No.
no, you can't upgrade.
no, you can't. It's too late. And I was like, there's nothing I can do. And he goes, you could book a flight for tomorrow, and gave me this fucking...
Is he smiling while he's telling?
Dude,
What
the
the
nastiest
fuck?
motherfucker. So I was like, I can't do that. Please, like, I will literally do anything. I was like, is there any way I could just like give you $100 and you just like don't say that I have a carry-on bag and I just bring it on the plane with me? Like, it doesn't need to be checked. And he goes, now I'm gonna call security because you're trying to bribe me. And I walked out. I was so fucking mad. Just now I'm gonna call security because you're bribing me. And I was like,
Oh, he probably doesn't like your vlogs or TikToks or something.
he loves the
There
podcast
has to
though.
be a reason.
Yeah.
Like, for him to be
It was just a
fucking
power trip.
snarky,
Right.
We were very
What a
patient.
bitch.
Yeah.
He's heated right now, but we were actually very relaxed. We were just confused.
just like-
we were like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
weren't explaining it to us. They said, you can't do that.
I was like, I'll give you $100, just print my boarding pass and I'll bring my carry-on bag on. Now I'm gonna call
The
security.
big old smile on his face. No mask. He had no mask. I'm just United.
Make shit up.
Your people are not wearing
No,
masks.
but I'm not gonna lie. I've heard of horror stories with that airline.
They kicked
so,
the 2-year-old off the flight for not having a
Yeah.
mask on. The 2-year-old.
Then I went on TikTok on our next flight, and United, a 2-year-old, wasn't able to keep her mask on, and the dad was like smuggling her with her sweatshirt
Like, just, like,
because
just- yeah.
she's 2, she doesn't understand, and they kicked him off. They kicked him off the flight
'cause
because
the
I thought you
2-year-old
have to be like. I thought there was a certain age that like where it's a cutoff.
I thought it was like 5 and older need to wear a mask, but
this is,
I thought- no,
irregardless,
I
this
thought-
is United.
I thought the age has to be where like infants obviously can't like they don't know what's going on. I
Yeah.
thought like after that after
it was ridiculous. The whole thing. And you know what? We came back home and
Oh, so you guys
We drove
had
all the way
a-
back home.
drove all the way back home. Got home. And
I didn't
was
know.
like,
I didn't know this.
No.
So you were back home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Missed the
I
flight.
didn't check my 5-month
So
location. I would have known.
on the way home, I'm like,
But when you were leaving though, did you see the people who were the last people in front of customer service lines going in? Like
Listen to this.
if you just stayed in line, could you have made it though?
as
I
soon
was
as,
like this.
As soon
I
as
wanna know. I wanna know.
Because that's the shit I would have been looking at to
No,
see if
I
would
do
you have
the
made the
same
flight.
thing.
all this stuff about 45 minutes now, blah, 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 timing. As soon as we leave the airport, notification on the phone, your flight's been delayed an hour.
Delayed.
I
And
was
they
like-
knew it was
So
delayed.
y'all go back?
No.
I was like,
I
you
said,
gotta be kidding
They
me.
knew that. They knew.
They knew it was going to be delayed. That wasn't a fucking surprise. Anyways, we come home.
Oh my! So hold on. So you couldn't? Why didn't you try to go back?
Heath lights a cigarette.
Why?
Because it would have been turn around, then park, then try to get out, deal with the same people that are already fucking pissed off.
It
with
just
us.
would have been like that long line that there's just no way.
And
you
it
would
would've
have
been
made
a
it.
Groundhog
we
Day.
were
Okay.
just two negatives at this point. We were both having panic attacks.
Yeah.
And like,
I was about to tussle.
Yeah,
I know how
you.
I know how you airlines like to tussle.
So I was like, all right, get me on the phone. I was like, I'm not going to eat the cost of this flight. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
No,
So-
we ate a lot of.
Oh, did you take it to Twitter?
No, not yet. That is coming. So I get on the phone and I'm like, I'm going to get the money back. Just rearrange the flight. And they go,
something.
thank you for calling. Unfortunately, nobody is available right now. We can have somebody call you back at this number or somebody will be with you in 5 hours. I was like,
I haven't heard that one
It's
before.
the holidays. I'm not surprised.
No, JetBlue calls me back in like 45 minutes.
JetBlue
The
Listen to
longest
this.
I've
is
ever
During
heard.
a holiday.
Saving
Yeah.
grace.
Dude.
JetBlue is our saving.
Y'all,
JetBlue is
I've
the
never
best.
seen JetBlue suggest me a damn flight in forever.
JetBlue. JetBlue is the
JetBlue.
best airline you
It-
can fly.
No,
So listen,
Maybe you're
really is.
flying to Fort Lauderdale.
No.
No.
The customer service.
the
they,
customer
everything.
service is insane.
insane.
we
Customer
rebooked the
service.
flight for the next morning through JetBlue. Show up. I bring my carry-ons right on the fucking plane. Passport's already scanned into my boarding pass,
when
ready to go.
When we went up to get checked in, they were cheering. They were
Yeah.
like, "Hey, welcome."
We're going to Cancun.
We didn't even.
Yeah,
make,
we are.
We didn't even make the cutoff. We were like 45 minutes early, not an hour early, and they were like, "Oh well, like JetBlue is unbelievable. They were
best.
so sweet.
But you had to burn the money though of the first flight.
ate the cost. Also ate the cost of the first day of the hotel because we missed it, didn't check in.
Oof.